What's up, everybody?
I can't.
I guess it would help if I turn the recorder on.
We're so professional.
We're so professional here.
So professional.
Hey, take it or lump it.
There you go.
All right, we are live. You are listening to the Maverick Rose Music Hour, watching the Maverick Rose Music Hour if you're on YouTube. And we're also part of Retro Rewind at WCOM FM. That's WCOM LP out of Chapel Hill and Carborough, 103.5 FM on the dial, WCOMFM.org on the worldwide interwebs.
We're
We're
all
doing
over.
the thing. This is episode 5 of season 2. And we're happy
Is
to
it
be
really?
here on location at Niche Wine Lounge. That's exactly right.
And Jim
So-
still hasn't seen it.
That's right. I'm Maverick. This is Darcy. We got Jim here. We're going to be talking about all the best and worst of music. So what do you got for us, Darcy? We like to do a little thing called looking at lyrics to start the show
We're
out.
gonna
So
do-
let's look at some lyrics.
Jim didn't want me to do the whole song.
I think you should. It's a good song.
Let's see what happens.
I won't do the
I'll
whole-
stop you if I have.
I'm going to see if you know this song. Maverick already knew it. Ready? And
Yeah.
now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I would have had to have missed the dance.
It's one of Garth Brooks' biggest hits.
It
The
probably
Dance.
is his biggest
Yep.
hit. Yeah.
Absolutely classic.
No, it's called The
Absolutely
Dance,
classic.
right?
Yep.
It's
Yep,
called The
that's
Dance.
Yeah.
It's been played at many a funeral.
I'm a
Yeah.
little. Oh, we're quiet again. Let me see if I can turn stuff up in the
Oh,
headphones.
man, they missed
Let's
my
see.
mess
Here we go.
up.
No, I don't think they missed it. Let's see. Can you
That's
hear us
all right if
now?
they
Can you
did.
hear us now out there? I'm turning up. All right. Maybe that'll help. Give us a little bit of a boost. Yeah, so I'm partial. Garth Brooks is. I like Garth Brooks.
I did it because you guys love country so much.
Absolutely, we did a whole show on country. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch episode 4.
So
But,
do you consider Garth Brooks one of the bad parts of country?
No, I think he's like the end of an era, really.
Yeah.
But Garth is fantastic. But, 2 of his big hits, Shameless was originally a Billy Joel song, and then Fever, which is an adaptation of an Aerosmith song. So
I didn't know that.
Garth's a little bit rock and roll. I watched a live performance from him, and he was kind of talking in between the scenes. He said he takes a lot of his stage performance cues from Motley Crue. He said he wants to, make you feel like it's a real...
He puts on a
big
show.
show, yeah,
He
big
puts on a
event. So
show.
even the people in the back in the cheap seats, he wants them to feel like they
He
got
is an
their
entertainer.
money's worth. So
And he puts on a
No,
long show, too.
I like Garth.
Do you like Garth at all?
He's all right. Does he do that thing where he slides into the audience up on a wire kind of thing?
Yeah, sure.
I think he might have done
Maybe.
something like
Something
that.
like
I
that.
think he
All
gave.
right.
He's a showman. He's
Zen-
he's spectacle.
Zen said we're still
He
a little
is.
quiet, but it's better. But he said he did hear the song. He said it was just a little quiet. So I just want to give a shout out here. We got our Gemini going on. So anytime you hear me say Gemini out there, if you're new to the show, this is Jim. This is I. So
And I'm
anytime
just
that
in the
happens,
middle.
yeah, wherever you are, whatever you're
On the
doing,
end,
if you
on
have
the
a
end.
beverage nearby, whether it's
Gemini, on the
alcoholic, tea, soda, water, it's a reminder to hydrate or dehydrate, depending on what you're doing. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Tamanel.
that's right. Thank you so
Bringing
much.
this, yes.
We have the best supporters,
We do.
We really do.
They're my favorite,
They've been
but
here
don't
from the
tell everybody
very
else.
they've been here from the very beginning, rocking with us, and we absolutely appreciate it. So
You guys
anytime
are-
they go
yes.
away, they always come back. They bring
Cheers.
gifts. It's really special. Yeah, cheers to you.
I
Absolutely.
hear there might be a special one coming too. But
Gemini.
I cannot tell.
Jim and I appreciate you. All right. So
Darcy does too. My name gets lost in all
right.
of this. All of this.
Hey, Zen said he loves Garth Brooks too. Garth
All
Brooks is
right,
universal.
Zen.
Like he really is.
Okay.
Well, anyway, enough about my yammering on. Let's get to our sponsor here. And when I say sponsor, I don't mean my AA sponsor. Although he kind of is, but in a different way.
But
He
he-
drinks so I don't have to. What's up, Marty? You're out there from Rescue Wood Rehab.
Maverick and well, there you are.
There you are,
and,
yeah,
I'm loud enough, right, Zen? Yeah.
You sound good to me, man.
Yeah.
All right. So the Maverick Rose Music Hour brought to you by Rescue Wood Rehab. Maverick, how are you, my friend?
Doing well.
So
hey,
you-
I'm real quick before we go. I just want to. We got the Bud cam down here. Bud, we
got
finally,
Bud's butt. We got Bud's
finally.
butt.
There's Bud's tail. He's nice and happy
Yeah.
tonight. so.
He as soon as you said the bud cam,
He got
left.
up.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
he's looking for some
He's going
T
up
words,
to Ted
man.
for
It happens to
little
me
love.
every time.
That's
every
right.
time.
That's
so, Maverick, I got to tell you, I'm
Yes.
kind of disappointed in something.
What happened?
So this weekend, I missed apparently one of the most epic shows ever
That's what everyone
at Niche
told me when
Wine
I got
Lounge.
here.
Yeah,
They
so
said if you didn't see the master cylinder on full display this
Display.
weekend, is that he didn't smash any guitars, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
had the ladies up dancing and
we did have another engagement, and we had
Yeah.
we missed a gym, and we're very sorry.
I'm bummed.
And my love, Darcy.
It wasn't that special.
And you got your little
That's not
name
what I
tag
heard.
in front of you.
That's
now.
right.
We do. Well,
You
yeah.
can move if you move your phone. You
There
can read
go.
it.
No,
better,
they
yeah.
can see it.
Okay,
I can see it
good.
right there. Yeah. So
Just
we
wanna
got
make
we
sure.
got a lovely blocks with our names on them.
So we
Mine's
know
kind of
who we
hidden
are?
by the iPad here, but Jim's got his there, and Darcy's got hers, and I've got one as well.
Did
kinda
they
hidden.
request
So,
songs the other
hey,
night?
Zen
Yeah.
Zen says that the Woodman is coming in loud and clear.
Oh yeah,
So that's good.
Absolutely. and so one of the most common questions I get at Rescue Wood Rehab at the shop is, "Where's Bud?"
Yeah.
And so I told everybody that today when they came in, and that was 5 or 6 people came in and said, "Where's Bud?" And I said, "Well, he's preparing to do a podcast tonight."
That's right. He's a
And
celebrity.
they looked at me funny. And I said, "No, he's really preparing to do a podcast tonight." And they said, "Well, where do we see the podcast? And, where can they find the podcast for the Maverick Rose Music Hour?"
Yeah, so anybody that's out there that's already watching us, it's youtube.com and
They
then
know.
Maverick Rose Music. You already know. If you're listening on the radio, you go check us out. YouTube, Maverick Rose Music, or you can go to maverickrosemusic.com. All my links are there, books of poetry, all that stuff. And if you want to get the show early, you can go over to patreon.com/The Maverick Rose Music Hour.
I'm sensing
And,
a theme
you'll
here.
get, we got these pins here, right there.
Get one of these
So,
cool pins. Yeah.
The first 40 subscribers to our Patreon, paid subscribers to our Patreon, will get
We
a
must
pin.
be almost
Those are our
out by
founder
now.
pins. So
You're getting close.
yeah, we're getting
almost
close.
out,
So
yeah.
that's right.
Absolutely.
It is a single run. They're one and done. So when they're gone, they're gone. So get them while you can.
And I send them to your social media as well. The Instagram.
Excellent.
The Instagram. Bud's Instagram famous. So,
yeah, he is. Yes,
I've
I've got him. He's on my Instagram a little bit too. Yeah.
The Instagram, the Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. And, certainly happy to have people out here at Niche Wine Lounge. And speaking of Niche Wine Lounge,
Yes.
Andy has made a special drink.
Oh snap!
Andy, what have you made us
So
tonight?
I'll step
You gonna
down to get that.
Step and get that real quick. Okay.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, it's right there. He's already got it with him. So
How
I do
come-
want to let people know we record this live on location and stream from Niche Wine Lounge in Holly Springs. We do live music out here entertainment 6 nights a week.
Okay.
So every night but Sunday and some Sundays. So yeah, what you got there,
So
man?
this is the drink, and Andy, is it the Butterfinger? Butterfinger bomb.
That sounds good.
Wow.
And so I would have to say this is the first time I've ever had a bomb out of a martini glass, but that's how fancy.
Well, that's
Andy
classy,
is. Yeah.
man. That's
Wow.
old
Yeah.
Blue Eyes would be proud.
Andy,
Yes,
is
absolutely.
Andy, you're fancy.
He is fancy, man.
So
He said
I was going to take a drink, but I was just waiting for a
Is that going to explode?
clue.
nobody better lay a finger on your Butterfinger, man.
Andy, how come you never come up and talk about your drinks?
He's shy.
Ah,
He's incredibly shy.
He's
that
not.
is unbelievable. Little known fact, I actually made it through 1 year drinking Dr. Pepper and eating Butterfingers
Oh wow.
when I was 19 and had a physique.
I was gonna say I did that with Mountain Dew and honey buns for
Yeah.
a while. People asked me, I said, "This is the body that cheeseburgers built."
This
man."
is this is absolutely
Girls
delicious.
do that, but we would never admit to it.
It must be delicious.
This
You're going
is-
in for seconds,
yeah,
man. Hold on, let me
actually-
get it one more time. Gemini. There you go. That's right. Get a little more.
I feel like I
You
need
just
to.
finished half of that.
I know.
know.
I feel like it's a
it's how
bomb.
good it is.
I feel like I need to share this
Now
with
I
my
need to
love.
taste this,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
there you go.
what's
All
in
right.
it?
I'm coming in.
Bring that on camera.
What's
Bring
in
that
it?
on-
What's
Yeah.
in it?
It's a surprise.
It looks like a creamy
it's-
kind of drink.
There you go. Coming in. There it is.
Oh, there's espresso beans in it.
And for those of you that have never seen it before, you just saw the back of Marty's head. There you go. So he's not a cutout. He's a
I'll
real
taste it.
person.
Yeah.
So.
That is good, and I don't even like espresso. That is
Oh,
good.
Jim's off the wagon again. Here we go. I won't be having any. Thank you.
Wow. That's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Want it back?
it's kind of. It reminds me of Christmas a little bit.
Andy never misses, does he?
This is absolutely.
Oh, snap. Zen says that Andy is too handsome for the camera. If he came on, he would steal all of our shine.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Aw.
You got fans everywhere, man.
All right. Well, cheers
he's
to everyone.
blushing.
Have
Absolutely,
a great
yeah.
show, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate the support.
Thanks
Without
for
you,
our,
none of
thanks
this
for
would
our
be possible.
name
That's
blocks.
right. It's nice having a Woodman on.
It is nice, and what everybody doesn't know is I have a special name on the back of mine.
Yes, you do.
which I
Saw
like.
that.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, he said we could face him either way. If we want to turn him around, we could
I
have him the
don't
other way.
think
If we want to, we're
anybody
going to keep
wants to
that.
see
We'll
this.
keep that one to go. All right.
Oh, you could put that.
That's
Good.
right.
Master Cylinder.
That's right.
Yeah, we
So,
all have names. Bud has one too, right?
He is. Well, we're working on. He's going to do one for Bud, I think.
Oh, I
so
thought-
we'll have one for the Bud
I thought
can.
you did. Oh, we have one for guests.
We have the one for our guests whenever we have a guest on. Yeah, absolutely. So, Jim, it's half price wine out here at Niche every Monday. I want to hear your wine of the week. What do you
All
got,
right.
man?
Well, I didn't really think we'd be on this week because we were doing country last week. I figured it'd be the last
I thought
show.
that show might end us too. Man.
But we
Yeah, I
found
thought-
out we didn't really hate it as much as we thought.
Oh.
You know, once we got
There you
into
go.
it.
Yeah, we did a whole. I mean, the whole radio show was country and western.
And you were
and
okay with it?
Yeah,
It
it was
wasn't- it
fun.
wasn't-
You
bad.
didn't
There's-
shrivel up and
No,
If you look deep and you don't listen to too much of the modern stuff, I think you're fine.
but
That's more than you've ever said. So I'll take that.
speaking
I'll
of
take
Garth Brooks, so when I heard a song, hey, that's a pretty good song, and of course it ended up being a Billy Joel song.
That's
That
right.
was-
But he does it really well.
I'm shameless.
He does it
when
really
it
well.
comes to
Still.
loving
Yeah.
you.
So-
All right, we just get hit for copyright.
My wines are getting, worse and worse, and I wasn't even ready this week, so I focused on the letter V.
Because
You don't like the letter V?
Well, speaking about my show Saturday, those five
your
ladies.
epic show.
Yeah, well, I played for 4.5 hours.
Did
so
you
I
take
guess
a
that's
break?
A big deal. I took like a 1 minute break.
A 1 minute
That's
break.
insane. That's insane.
and Chessie said,
Right.
and it's some money that
I see the correlation.
goes through the dark cloud
The
or
dark
something.
web.
I don't know.
The dark
so
web.
That's
anyway,
So you missed out on some money.
so I missed out on some money. I said, well, it's good to do stuff out of kindness, isn't it? And she gave me a big hug at the end of the show. So it was worthwhile.
Oh, that's
So
sweet.
what were these drunk women requesting you to sing?
I cannot remember.
Songs you didn't like or songs you wanted to do?
No. There was only a couple I think I did that they asked for. I just got doing like a rock and roll medley because they wanted to keep dancing. So I just kept going with, I moved down to the key of E so I didn't blast my voice out. Twist and shout in the key of E is not a good thing. But
No, you don't want to do that, man.
I made it happen.
You know, when you
Nice.
get people up dancing here, you know you're doing really good.
So the other V is video. You know how much I hate music videos in general.
Yeah.
And there's another wrinkle that I've seen in a lot of them where they're so obnoxious. They say, let's start with like 10 or 15 minutes of no music. Let's have some
That's kind of how our podcast works. So you
Cinematic.
get about 15 minutes before we talk about music.
cinematic setup.
What is this podcast
So-
about?
So I saw Metallica covering Turn the Page,
Yeah.
which was pretty lackluster. And
Wow.
they have Ginger Lynn, who
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah,
Don't
big
know
fan
who
of her
that
work.
is. Oh, she a porn star?
She is
Yeah.
indeed.
And so there's
How did I
like
guess? Who knew?
half a minute of her talking, and then they go into the song, and Hetfield's singing it in an odd manner. I don't know what his issue was. And right in the middle of the song, they stop and they cut to Ginger again, talking about.
She's showing boobies?
No,
No?
close, but.
Okay.
And then the song starts up again. And I was checking out Come to My Window because of that beginning we keep
Melissa
watching.
Etheridge, yeah.
And
know
I
that.
realized that they start right in with the verse chords.
Uh-huh.
Why are we killing ourselves on that?
Uh-huh.
Now, this one's got Juliette Lewis in it.
Yep.
And there's like
She's a little
20
freaky.
seconds. And I like her too, but she's talking, she's doing the lyrics, she's speaking them in like a real actorly way, and then the song starts. So I'm hating videos more and more as time goes by.
Sure.
That's it.
And you hate videos so much you've never even watched your own.
I don't have any video.
Well,
we have this.
Oh, this? Yeah.
If we could just take a minute. What do you got, Marty?
Is this
What you got?
actually
What's going on,
real?
man?
So I know Jim hates videos, but I actually posted a video of Jim
Smashing his guitar.
on Saturday.
Oh no, the one. Yeah,
well,
the
on
one.
Saturday
I saw that.
to promote your show before I left here to go have dinner with my daughter. So
Anyway.
that video of you was great and
It got a lot of engagement online.
got a
too.
lot of an engagement.
Well,
people
okay, I
commented on it and
appreciate it,
everything
but that's
else, yeah.
different. That's like a live performance. These videos are manufactured, to portray.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Well,
marketing.
I did manufacture you just a little bit, enhanced it for you.
Did you give him some hair?
I did. Well, no, I didn't give him any hair because
No,
that would
nothing
take
like
away
that.
the look.
That's
You don't
right.
want. No, I
That's
don't
right.
want Jim to have hair.
How
No.
do you enhance it?
Facebook and
It's a secret.
Instagram,
It's a secret.
you can make things happen.
But
That's
I'm,
right. That's
yeah, I'm getting into this. I'm going to be on Facebook pretty soon, so
There you go.
I guess.
Can I
at
be your
some
friend on Facebook?
point- I guess that's what
That's
what
how it
happens,
works.
right?
That's how it works. Thanks, Marty. We appreciate you, man. Well, can we just for a minute, I think I want to do like a full Festivus thing. I think I want to air my grievances. I came here thinking there were going to be hot dogs tonight, and I was wrong.
Oh, man.
So
That is a bummer.
that's 2 weeks in a row, man.
Is he going to come back?
I don't know. I think we might have scared him off.
I don't know.
They told me they were like, there are going to be hot dogs here every Monday.
Ted,
some
when's the hot dog guy
Tuesdays."
come?
Now, 2 weeks in a row, we made the nice patio outside and everything.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, you wanted him for open
all right.
mics. So
We
that's
want him
no
for
big
the
deal.
okay, so he'll be here tomorrow. All right. Well, cool. Frankie, if you're out there, man,
We want
like
you.
Frankie's.
We want
Franks.
you.
All right, that's good. He's delicious. Good stuff. Yeah, there's no hot dogs, man. I don't know what even Zen's like that. Oh, Zen said he likes Metallica's version of Turn the Page.
Jim's hungry.
Yeah, Jim's all right.
No,
I'll
well,
let that go.
He was hoping the hot
I'm gonna
dog
let
guy
that
was
go.
Ben's
here.
a young man, and
He's
he's
entitled
got,
to his opinion.
music is vibration.
There we go,
And the
okay.
older you get, your vibrations change. So the
Yep.
things that appeal to someone younger don't appeal to me.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My favorite manufactured band is this one right here.
Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
That is a drawing of Gemini.
Beavis and someone.
All right.
It does look like that.
It does.
It does.
So that's our wine of the week, man. You don't like video. That's or the letter V in general. Things
But
that start with
I think
V,
the
you have
Venmo
trouble
one
with.
was pretty good.
Could you say that things starting with V vex you?
Yes, I could. I'm very vexed.
Especially
All right.
if they're vulgar.
Oh my!
There you
I
go.
like it.
There you go.
I like voluptuous.
We'll keep things.
Is that Ginny girl or whatever?
Oh my! Look out, Ginger Lynn.
Ginger Land, whatever. I don't know.
Well,
Vagina.
All right. The show airs after 11 p.m. on the radio, so the FCC should be fine with that.
And I
All right.
try not to swear because I got words.
It's-
I'm not
starts
a
with
doctor.
It
so.
starts with a V. Hello, we're all adults here. Right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Tama. Exactly.
All right.
It's the guys who are embarrassed. We're not.
So I'm
No,
thinking of phrases
little
that
flush.
sound like I'm swearing, like Salt Saint Marie or something like that. You know, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
There you go. All right. Well, that's going to move us on to our one-hit wonders.
All
I
right.
think it threw
So,
it off.
I think I have the one-hit wonder this week, and I decided to go with a classic from 1995.
Okay.
It's weird to say that's
Give
a
us a
classic
hint.
from
Give us a
1995.
hint. Give us a hint.
It's
Don't
it's
say it. Give a
The
hint.
title is
Oh, wow.
Audrey Hepburn film.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Was that a one-hit wonder?
It was Deep Blue Something dropped that song and then they disappeared.
But it went big. It was
Interestingly,
big.
interestingly enough, so the song they originally released it in 1993, and nothing happened.
Okay.
And then they re-released it on another album in 1995, and it blew up. And the song,
Because they did a video.
yeah. So the song was actually inspired
Okay.
by Roman Holiday, but Roman Holiday didn't make for a good song title. It didn't really fit in the song. But they had, the guy, the whole story of the song is this dude is having trouble with his girlfriend, and he's
Right.
trying to convince her that they're worth fighting for. And he's like,
Right.
well, the only thing that we really got is we saw this movie together, and we both kind of liked it, And
That's not a lot in common.
and it was inspired by Roman Holiday, but he's like, that doesn't make for a good song title, so we'll pick a different Audrey Hepburn film.
Okay.
We'll do Breakfast at Tiffany's. So the
and
band,
now that song is in my mind. Every time we do this, the song
and
comes
we'll
up.
play it tonight on the radio show as well. But the band is out of Texas, and they were talking about when that song blew up, everybody wanted them for interviews and stuff, and because breakfast is in the song title, they would have them on the morning shows.
They're asleep.
And so they would play till like 3 a.m. and then they'd have to get up at 6 a.m. and be at the morning show. I was like, why are you guys so cranky? These guys are terrible at interviews and stuff. It's
Aw.
like, no, they're just tired.
But they got to
don't
take
wanna
their
be up.
time of
They don't get
fame.
up to
What is the
anything.
name of the
Sorry.
band?
Deep Blue Something.
Like you're saying something like you don't know, or that's the name of the
No,
band?
that's the name of the band.
Oh,
Deep Blue Something. Yep.
Do you know
So-
that song?
No, I don't know what's wrong with Roman Holiday for a title.
It didn't rhyme.
Yeah. But we're
Didn't
going to.
rhyme.
With
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I said, what about Roman Holiday? It doesn't work.
Oh, they use the actual.
They use
lyric
it in the
breakfast.
They
song.
did.
Yeah.
That,
So
that was
they
the
did.
title of the
So
song,
they did.
right?
Yep.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Zinbad said we got demonetized for that vagina comment. All right.
We did, not, and he's a guy. Really, come on. We're all my ladies out here.
Hey, he's our executive producer. If he said we got demonetized, we probably got demonetized.
Yeah.
So please do go to patreon.com/the Maverick
Now we
Rose
really
Music
need the
Hour.
money.
Support us directly.
I'm sorry for
All right.
talking about a body
All
part.
right.
Good Lord.
No, we're good. But yeah, so Deep Blue Something, Breakfast at Tiffany's. We'll be listening to it on the radio show
And
for Retro Rewind.
It's in my mind
here.
now.
Yeah, in the second hour. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Cool.
So that's what I got, man. Let's move on to the deep dive. What do you got for us? You got the piano. I can see it in the shot right here. There's a piano right next to Jim. Speaking of pianos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My deep dive is a fellow named Nicky Hopkins. He
And if you've been listening to Retro Rewind, our radio show, we talked about Nicky Hopkins a lot on the radio show.
Well, I can see
But this will be
why
our
now
first
that
time.
I've researched
Yeah,
him a
this will
bit.
be our first
Yeah.
time talking about him on the podcast.
I was like,
so-
this is so Jim.
Absolutely.
It's so Jim.
Yeah, we're gonna play like a dozen songs that he plays on the radio show.
He's got quite a hit list.
Yeah, he's really amazing. He made so many songs
Whoa,
better.
whoa. Somebody named Nicky H just entered the chat. He said the greatest session musician of all time has entered the chat. Special hello to the master cylinder. I'm not
right.
kidding. Like,
Okay. That's cool.
got a
you know
Nicky
Nick-
Hopkins fan out
I
there.
don't know who it
Look
is.
out.
It's a big Nicky Hopkins fan.
Apparently. All right. I hope you
that's
do him
pretty-
justice tonight.
So,
Oh, no
Yeah.
pressure. No pressure.
well, he had Crohn's disease, and he was in a couple bands, but he really couldn't tour because
Right.
he almost died in when he was like a teenager, And he was
They probably
playing
didn't know a lot
music
about
then.
Crohn's.
Crohn's
back
is
then
no
either.
joke.
But they probably didn't know a lot about it back then either.
No.
So he died at the age of 50 in 94. But let me put on my spectacles,
Oh,
even
look
though I
out.
hate spectacles.
He doesn't like
There you go.
spectacle, but he's got spectacles.
That was one of his first bands was Screaming Lord Sutch and the Savages in 1960.
So I don't think you've explained enough for people who don't know like what he did and who he is.
All right, well, session man, he bands would get him that didn't have a keyboard player, like the Stones and the Who
Yeah.
and the Kinks, and he would
All these great bands.
yeah, and he would immediately know exactly what to do in a song. The Stones he helped through Satanic and their albums up through the 80s. He played on just about all of them. 14 of 18 songs on Exile on Main Street. Wow. Somewhat overrated album, but still, he was good on it. And I want to take particular note of Sympathy for the Devil, which I didn't even notice this till I listened. I wanted to listen to what he was doing. I knew he was playing some cool chords in there, and I realized there's no other rhythm instrument. There's no
Are
guitar.
you so all of that's
It's
wow.
What song? Who is that?
Sympathy
What
for
band?
the Devil.
What-
Yeah.
Rolling Stones.
Okay,
Yep.
I thought I read
So-
that.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Obviously, there's the percussion and the bass, which
Yeah.
is amazing. But he's the only one playing chords, and he builds them up in intensity as the song goes. Till towards the end, he's getting like really almost jazzy playing. So,
He was very revered.
oh
yeah.
He was very revered.
Yeah.
he could have joined. The Stones would have taken him. Even the Who said they would have taken him. And
He turned down Led Zeppelin. That's what I read.
yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that he turned them down.
And
to
the
be part of
Kinks, he
band.
played
Yeah.
for 4 albums, the last one being Village Green album. And he got a little miffed with them because they weren't paying him. And Ray Davies said, "Oh, I played most of the piano parts."
Ooh, that is not a good thing to
No.
Wow.
And Ray's kind of a prat. But when Nicky died, he did praise him, at that point. But he played with the Jeff Beck group for their 2 albums. One of his early bands was Quicksilver
Didn't he tour with
Messenger
Jeff Beck
Service.
for a little bit for a while in the beginning before he really couldn't? Thought I read that.
He may have done some live stuff.
Okay.
He played with Jefferson Airplane at Woodstock,
Wow.
and
He's got a list, man.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
So-
What a pedigree.
yeah, right? Absolutely.
There's a book about him called "And on Piano," Nicky Hopkins, and they just released a documentary called "The Session Man," which
Have
I
you
don't-
seen it yet,
I
or-
don't even know if it's around
Yeah.
here yet.
I tried looking for it. I couldn't find
checked
it.
the
Oh, that would be
Alamo,
interesting to
but-
yeah.
watch.
I haven't seen
I
it.
mean, the list of songs he's been on and the bands he's played
Yeah.
with.
The Beatles got him to play on the single of Revolution. They needed some hot electric piano,
and
so
then,
he did
and
that.
then he played for each of them
all
individually
all
too,
the
right?
solo
Yeah.
albums he played on.
Do you have a favorite Nicky Hopkins song?
It's just he touches up songs differently, like the Rhythm and Sympathy. The intro to Jealous Guy, the Lennon song, is one of the prettiest things you'll ever hear. That's Nicky Hopkins. He played You Are So Beautiful, the Joe Cocker song. She's
So-
a Rainbow, the Rolling Stones. That's him.
Nicky H here in the chat. He says, Jim, if you had to choose one, Stones Nicky or Beatles Nicky?
Stones Nicky or Beatles Nicky? Well, he only played on Revolution. So I'm not sure what the question is exactly, but he played on a lot of
I think
Stones
it's which do you
songs.
prefer? Do you prefer
Yeah.
him with the Stones or on the
Oh,
with
which,
the Beatles?
Yeah. I think the Stones needed him more than the Beatles did.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Beatles did have George Martin, but if he was a regular Beatle, who knows what some of their stuff would have sounded like.
Yeah.
And he helped out the sound of The Who a lot on Who's Next.
He was on a lot of that.
Yeah, Song Is Over and Getting in Tune.
Yep.
And when we were doing a song a few years ago that I'd written in the studio for this young lady, the keyboard player I got was a friend of mine from high school, and he was doing this jazzy. He's a jazz player, and I said, no.
Which song of yours?
Song for Kinsey.
Okay,
It's on
yep.
the website, actually.
Yeah.
That's a pretty name.
And finally, I just told him to simplify it, and he got to the point where he was feeling it, and the bass player gave him the ultimate compliment. Said, "Oh, you're channeling Nicky Hopkins."
Nice. So yeah, if you want to listen to any of Jim's music, do go over to jimspilios.com. I'll get Zen to put that up in the chat as well. But it's
Gotta spell it right.
Yep. That's Jim, Jim, Spilios, SPILIOS.com. So go check him out. He's got all kinds of music up there. He's got a screenplays up there as well. He's fantastic.
He does.
Is anyone even reading those? I thought you wanted to read that one.
I will. You mean out loud?
On the air. We're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do a whole
120
show.
pages. Ready to go.
I think we should video it and just we would
Yep.
play it out.
Appreciate you putting that in the chat there, Zen. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for the Nicky guy online there.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
absolutely.
So I was
Cool
curious when I was reading about him and understanding why he was a studio musician because he really couldn't travel.
Yeah.
That's your passion is to be a studio
Yeah.
musician. So what makes
No,
you
not to be a
Not to
studio
be a
musician.
studio musician. So there's a difference in being a studio musician and being a musician who likes to be in the studio.
Okay.
I wouldn't allow myself to play on my songs because I'm not good enough.
But he does want to engineer his stuff.
Okay.
Basically, it's the writing and putting the albums together.
Okay. All right. Well,
Maybe a little acoustic rhythm, but
Yeah.
the recording process is what excites me. It's very difficult, and you got to have a professional helping you. The mixing and blah blah blah. Ask the Nicky guy what his favorite Nicky performance is.
Yeah, Nicky, if you're still, it looks like you're still in the chat there. What's your favorite song from Nicky?
from yourself.
So, yeah, from yourself. I don't.
Is he
I guess it's maybe
impersonating him?
maybe it's the ghost of Nicky Hopkins. I would assume.
Maybe does he have a son?
I don't know. It looks like a picture of Nicky Hopkins too.
Well,
in
you
the
can
picture.
put,
I don't
you
know.
can put
Yeah, I
anybody's
mean, it could be
picture on your
anybody. But
profile.
it's wild. Yeah, what's your favorite Nicky Hopkins song, Nicky? Hit us with that. Nope, Sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Like I say, I was just amazed that there was no rhythm guitar in there. I never knew that. I
Yeah, so
listened-
it's all keys. Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. All right, well, that's going to bring us on to a segment that we have now named Ramble On.
Ramble On, Rambling
which is kind
Man,
of what we do for
Rambling
the
Man.
whole show anyway, is Ramble On. But we're going to talk
Yeah, we really don't have a
about-
script.
No, but we're going to
No.
talk about authenticity because it's something that we throw around a lot. And I know we talked about it a lot last week because there was kind of some criticism about modern country and whether or not it's authentic
There
and what
was
it means
some
to be
criticism
authentic.
from certain people.
From certain people, sure.
Not all
Some
of
people-
us.
Some people at the table
Not
threw
all of
some
us.
accusations out.
Didn't you think we were
And,
going to break up after that? Weren't you
I did.
worried
I
that-
really
yeah.
thought that might be our last podcast. I'm gonna be honest. Thought I was gonna get here today and nobody was gonna show up.
Next week might be. We're going to do religion and politics.
No, we will not be doing that.
In
All
music?
right. We will.
Oh,
not,
yeah, John
we will-
Lennon.
We will not be doing that.
It's always about the Beatles.
It's not gonna happen. Sorry.
No, it's not.
No, that's our no zones. We don't go there.
I'm
We
just
demonetize very quickly.
I'm being an imp of the perverse.
But this is one of the things that Jim and I talk about
move
pretty
that up
frequently. Yeah, I know, right? We talk about this quite frequently. Is what is authenticity? What does it mean to be an authentic artist? It's something that gets thrown around a lot. And at this point, is it just a marketing ploy now?
Well,
I mean, maybe there was a
subjective,
time
too.
where you can say, yeah, it is subjective because you say like, oh, well, this. And it's been an issue for a long time. I don't think it's like a modern issue where you sit there and say, oh, these guys are, constructed or contrived or whatever, built by the industry, because that's been going on a long time.
It's kind of a false flag in a way. I mean, what does it even mean?
Well, and we talked about manufactured bands, and like the Monkees are a manufactured band, yet they inspire a lot of artists. A lot of artists like them and everything else. So
and they've held the test of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Long time.
So, but then even artists like Michael Jackson, people say, oh, Michael Jackson or Madonna, they're not authentic. They're pop or whatever. But some of their music is, yeah. Like, so what do you think, Jim? Like, how do you define authenticity?
I kind of realized I don't, because
you don't define authenticity.
Well, for instance, Bruce Springsteen won some award for songwriting, and Paul McCartney was presenting it. Mm-hmm. I guess it was kind of a roast, because he was saying, well, who else should get this award besides Bruce? And then he named several people who he thought should have. And then he said, well, Bruce is the hero of the working man, but he's actually never worked a day in his life.
Right.
So he does songs about the working class. He feels it. You say it's authentic,
he started
but
that way, though.
He's always been a musician.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you make good music, you're being authentic, I think it's the bands that some people have authenticity thrust on them, like Bruce, and some kind of claim it, like maybe weren't the Clash that way,
Well, yeah, you and I talk about the Clash quite a bit, because the Clash have this whole thing of, what is it they said on the radio? They're the only band that matters. The Clash. They're revolutionary. They're this, that, and the other. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like they had an attitude. I mean, Joe Strummer and so. I mean, those guys, they're stiff upper lip kind of tough dudes. But at the same time, it's like you said, one of their biggest hits is like a love song.
Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah. So like when you actually listen to the music, it's like, are they really breaking a whole lot of ground here?
That's
like,
self-promotion, though.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I love the Clash,
and I think it's interesting. Can you be authentic and not be authentic to yourself?
That's where I think there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
I think that's to a certain extent why even Madonna and Michael Jackson were able to sell what they were doing so well, because they believed in it.
Right.
It wasn't just a game to them,
Well, I think she had a plan, and she knew what to do, and she kept to that plan.
And I think that's one of the things that I do appreciate about pop music, whereas I struggle more with modern country, because again, and this is what I was talking about last week, is there is an honesty to pop. Pop isn't trying to be anything other than the fast food of music.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just trying to be the fast food of music.
Okay.
And so it doesn't pretend to be something that it's not. It's just like, hey, this is going to be fun for 2 weeks, and then you're never going to want to hear the song again.
Well, and I think there's some in country that is like that. I don't want to keep going back to country, but I think there's a lot of authentic in some of country. Again, I'm going to go back to Chris Stapleton and things that go a little bit deeper than the stereotype that you keep talking about. But I think there's a lot of people out there doing songs that they don't believe in.
Well,
I'll tell you what happened.
Jim and I, along with Chessie, played a show on Friday night. And while we were setting up and tearing down, they were playing country in the bar.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell when one song ended and another one began. And so I just started throwing lyrics over top of it. And Jim was like cracking up because I was like, well, I kissed my cousin in the pale moonlight with a gun on a beer on a Friday night. And it was just over and over and over again. It was the same song. And I was like,
when pop does that, it's okay because they know that's what they're doing?
Because they admit it. They don't sit here and go, this is the pop music admits it. It doesn't pretend. It doesn't pretend the industry. The industry. So here's the thing. Country music comes out and it pretends that it's middle America and that it's honest and it's apple pie. But it's all the same song over and over and over.
Who's saying that now? Who are these people?
But the industry.
You could argue, I hate to do it, but I'm going to mention the unmentionable Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, we can't get through. Can't get through that.
Look, we made it 36 minutes this time.
I mean, how many
Taylor Swift?
How many guys has she gone out with? Because she's got like 80.
I don't think you're allowed to ask that, man. That makes you part of the patriarchy. Look out.
Well,
but but maybe she's authentic because young girls love to hear what she's got to say, and maybe she's doing it from the heart.
She puts it all out.
I don't know.
I think she does. She puts it all out there, and they're like poems that she's singing, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a personal thing. What hits you right or wrong? Let me wax elephants here for a minute. Okay. Waxing an elephant.
All right.
All right.
So the love
it's waxing poetic.
No, waxing elephants.
Is it?
It's spun from waxing eloquent, which
Oh, I
is
didn't know that.
it was originally waxing elephants because in
hold on.
the Far East.
We got Ted over here. What's
Oh,
up,
wait,
Ted?
Talk about waxing.
I'll get
Talk
back.
to
Am I
us.
on?
Yeah.
I have a very special announcement.
Okay.
This is going to be in conjunction with open mic tomorrow night.
Okay.
A very important person turns 40 tomorrow.
Oh my.
He's bald.
We got Andy. Is it Andy's birthday tomorrow?
Andy's
We're gonna
birthday
celebrate Andy's
tomorrow
birthday.
night.
All right, everybody, make sure you come out tomorrow night for open mic at Niche Wine Lounge in Holly Springs. We start open mic at 8. We'll be going 8 to 12, and we will be celebrating hardcore.
That's a milestone birthday,
That
Andy.
is huge, man. Huge.
Do you feel it? Yeah.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
bit of it, huh?
Look, he's peeking. You can see him just if you're watching. He's just past the post there. You can see him there. All right. Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's good. Cool. We'll be celebrating.
I
we'll be
turned
celebrating.
40 driving home from Florida, and I was in a Cracker Barrel in Georgia someplace when I hit.
That's not a bad place to celebrate.
Anyway, let me
I was
explain.
born in the back seat of a Greyhound bus, moving down Highway 40. Okay. Anyway,
Let me explain waxing
hey,
elephants.
Zen says happy birthday a day early, Andy. All right. Sorry. Yes, wax an elephant for us.
The
Jim.
Americanized version, they say waxing eloquent, but initially in the Far East, it was actually waxing elephants because the elephant is a sacred animal out there in
Okay.
India and all that. And you know those big mosquitoes like in The Lost World, the 1960 movie? They have those out there. And they actually would wax the elephants because it would stop the stingers from going in. And while they were waxing them, they would talk philosophy.
Ah.
So it was waxing elephants.
Nice.
And we changed it to waxing
So-
eloquence.
so I
figured
stand
no one would
corrected.
accept
So
that.
we all learned something today.
I just made that up. Anyway,
Okay, Jim.
Vagina. Vagina.
don't make me say
This show is
scrotum.
off the rails, y'all. It's off the rails.
All right. Anyway, let me wax. Actually, so
We got off. I
It's
don't
the love
know.
of music. It's the most important thing and the least important thing.
Yes.
And it's a gift for us who play it, and it's a gift for us who like to listen to it. So we can parse what's
What?
Zen said that your story was amazing. He wishes it was real.
I think he comes up a lot.
Yeah,
for
so
that.
I agree, though. I think that the passion is what people are looking for. I think when you talk about authenticity, I think it gets confused. Sometimes it can be misconstrued or whatever, but I think that the passion
And I
is
think
what
that's
you're
not just
looking
with
for.
music.
No,
I mean,
it's
you
with
can tell
anything.
someone's
And you
authentic.
dislike
how
I
they
think
do it.
that's
people
why I think that's
sometimes.
why we all like Andy so much is because you can tell he's passionate about what he's doing back there. He really gets into it.
He's very
Means a lot.
authentic.
He is.
Andy.
He is authentic. Authentic Andy.
Andy.
That's it. Zimbad said story time with Jim. We might need to do a
This whole
separate thing
damn
for that.
thing's gonna be all about Jim.
It is, man. He steals the
Not
show.
sure why I need to be here.
I
shows
don't get it. Are people still liking me? Because I don't know.
Apparently.
Oh yeah,
Apparently. man.
absolutely.
So it's
Marty's about to tell
Marty's
you
coming in.
something.
What's up, Marty?
I think everybody loves you, Jim, and yes, I think you are stealing the show.
Jim's authentic.
Yeah, I just wanted to add
Jim is totally
to your
authentic.
conversation that authenticity, because of what we have in terms of society right now, with a very social media driven society, that the silly things actually get the attention, and the serious things get less attention. And it's awesome to make goofy videos of running a table saw through nails
Yeah.
and get 70,000 views,
Mhm.
or do you got the Bud cam right here?
Yeah, let me bring Bud up real quick. He's right there. Look
Bud
at
Bud
that.
gets more views than anything I do in terms of work, which is very serious
Because Bud's authentic.
Bud is authentic,
You
but,
can't get more
nothing
authentic
fake
than
about
Bud.
Bud.
but you get one picture of the dog and it gets 100,000 hits, and then you get a picture of a really beautiful piece of work that you do, and it gets 5
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And but people want to see things that make them feel good and hear things that make them feel good or
Mm-hmm.
make them feel silly or giggly, and kind of in the end, to the artist, in the end, does it make you any money?
Yeah.
And does it help you feed your family and that kind of stuff? So it's kind of a silly world that we live in, and that's where we are, and we all have to take advantage of it and still be true to ourselves at the
That's
same
right.
time.
Finding that balance. Yeah, definitely. Good point.
But some
man.
people will
Absolutely.
sell their
Thank you.
soul for
Thank
the
you.
money,
Get a
right?
little more Bud while we got him there in the cam. Look at that, man. Bud's so handsome. Oh, there he is. He's hamming
look
it
at
up
that
for us.
handsome
Look at
puppy.
Bud.
He's authentically Bud.
Blood Cam was money well spent. Thank you to our patrons.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, now I think it's time for us to talk doggy to me. We got Perfect Match in the house tonight. So we do.
Where's Zion?
Bud is sponsored. The Bud Cam is sponsored in part by Perfect Match. And they are the rescue that we work with here out of the Triangle. So we've got some friends here tonight. Zion and is it Melody?
Melody.
Perfect.
Yep, Melody.
Okay.
Oh,
There's
perfect
Melody.
for a music
Hello.
Look at
podcast,
that.
right?
Look, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can you see
And
him?
there's Zion. You said Zion's about 4 months, is that?
Yep, he's about 4 months old. We've
He's a
had him
puppy.
for a little over a month, almost 2 months now.
Aww, perfect.
And he's just the typical puppy.
Yeah.
Just everything, just excited to see people. He's very well socialized. His mom was born into the rescue with 11 puppies.
Oh my gosh.
So
Spay and
he's,
neuter, spay and neuter, spay
Yeah.
and
That's
neuter.
right, exactly.
he's one of the last 3 left.
Aww.
And
So
yeah.
he's only known foster.
Yes.
Wow.
So he's really well socialized. He likes to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
held
yeah.
and pet.
Lots
and
of events and
laying
going
on
around
the
doing stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
He's got some new guests. He's excited.
How do
He's
you
excited,
how do
that's
you
right.
all name your puppies when you name them? Did you name them or
No, so he's a part of the National Parks litter.
Ah.
So we had 3 originally. We had Bryce. We had I don't think we had Yosemite, but there was a Yosemite.
that's a mouthful to say to a
Uh-huh.
dog.
Everglade. We had Everglade, and then
Oh,
we
wow.
have
Oh,
Zion.
I like Everglade.
Nice, yeah.
Yep.
Aww. So how can somebody who's
Yeah.
interested contact you all for Zion?
Yeah, so they can go over to perfectmatch.org. They've got Zion, and all of their other adoptable dogs are there. So have you been fostering long? I know you said you had some other dogs you're fostering with Zion, but are they your first or?
No, so we've been fostering for about 3 years. We have 2 foster fails that are our dogs now.
Yeah.
And then
course, of
Zion.
course.
So we've fostered lots of puppies, lots of adult dogs that have had issues. So I've been fostering, 3 years since we got our dog, but been fostering actually, I think like 6 years before that. So we fostered dogs from China, golden
Oh, wow.
retriever rescue dogs,
Wow.
and these dogs. So
That's amazing.
That's
lots
To
of
be
lots
able
of
to
dogs.
do that is amazing.
So unfortunately, not everyone out there can adopt. So if somebody's looking to foster, because we always need more fosters for the program as well, can you kind of encourage anybody out there that's maybe on the fence or thinking about that? Like, what's your experience been?
Yeah, for sure. So being a foster really takes the pressure off of the local shelters. I mean, they can only do as much as they can do.
Yeah.
And so the foster homes allow for that overflow of dogs into the community. It just is a great network of people. I know I've made lots of friends fostering and people that I communicate with, and puppies are really fun, and you get to have them just for a little bit of time, right?
Yeah,
So you get all the puppy
yeah.
snuggles, and you don't have to pay for them, and that's kind of my pitch.
Yeah. No, it's
So I
perfect.
think it's
'cause
amazing
The rescue
that you've been
takes care of all the
fostering for
costs.
so long.
Yeah, and the rescue does take care of all the costs and all the vetting and everything. And it is really important, especially if you are local here in North Carolina, because we have the second highest euthanasia rate at shelters in the country. So
That's
it
horrific.
saves a lot of lives, even if you can just foster, short term or whatever. But being able to just provide that space and the love and being able to do that. Now, if you are not in a position to adopt or foster, of course, donations are always welcome. So you go over to perfectmatch.org. They have all of their donation links there. They have their Amazon list with all of their needs and things that they could use, supplies for the rescue. And of course, volunteer. You can come out to events and handle leashes and help set up playpens and all kinds of good stuff. So
You all do quite a bit of
people-
events.
They do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're so thankful to get to have him on the podcast. So thank you
No,
for having
thank
us,
you.
Zion.
Absolutely. So
Thank you for
we hope
all
that-
you do.
We hope that
That's-
hope that Zion finds his forever home soon.
Thank you.
And absolutely, thank you. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for coming
So yeah,
out.
do go over to perfectmatch.org and check out all of their adoptable dogs.
And they have a
Fantastic.
lot.
They do. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, right? That
That's
there's
right.
that many that need it. So
That's
yes,
right.
spay, neuter, spay, neuter, spay, neuter.
That's exactly right.
Spay, neuter. That's it.
So pretty dog. I like Zion.
Very chill
Yeah.
for a puppy, right?
Definitely.
And
Yep.
Bud did not even
That's right. Bud was well behaved.
get
as well.
upset
Yeah.
that there were any treats going out to his
That's
mouth.
right. That's right.
And that's pretty amazing.
That is good.
That's pretty amazing. So, yeah.
So, Jim, tell me a little bit more about this show that you had over the weekend, because everybody is buzzing about it. So you said it started kind of slow,
it's
but
all
then
a
it like
buzz.
picked up.
Oh yeah, nobody was here. Of course,
Uh-huh.
it was a last minute fill in. Well,
Sometime-
not last minute, but
No,
Well,
but
yeah,
I
you
s- I
got the
think
show
some-
on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
so-
sometimes it's a later night
Yeah.
crowd
Yeah.
sometimes here.
so I played till I don't know. Started to people trickled in an hour in. I played till 11. Chessie played like 5 songs with me.
Nice.
And it was fairly full then. And Andy thought I was playing till midnight. I said, no, it was 11. She said, well, let me play some more. So I played a little bit. And then those girls came up and asked me to play more. And it ended up going to 12:30.
That's pretty
That
late.
man is a machine. They say Bruce Springsteen's
With a
the hardest.
minute break,
yeah,
with
they
a
say,
minute
they say he's the
break.
hardest working man in rock and roll.
Did you take a potty
Jim,
break?
would you do me a
No.
favor tonight?
No.
Would you play one of your originals on the show tonight? Would you do that for us?
I could.
Why don't you go ahead and do that, man?
Well, that's putting him on the spot.
I know, but I just think it'd be good to hear.
And he
'cause
doesn't have his guitar
I know he's got the.
I
He's got
this
the.
crappy buzzer.
That's right.
that somebody did something to yesterday, right?
So everything I write is meant for a full band,
Yeah.
except for one song, which I can't play.
Yeah.
Why is it dirty?
No. No.
No, it's an acoustic song, and I don't have the finesse to play. It's a picking song. I'm trying to find my pick, which is
You had it.
I saw it just a second ago.
No.
It's up here somewhere. It was under your phone, maybe. No.
No.
going bad quick, folks.
It's going bad.
Is there a
quick.
guitar pick over there?
No, I don't see it.
Is it under this?
Nope. The pick is gone.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it
found
is.
it.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's under your little
Nice.
notebook. It's a notebook pick. What is the name of
Boy,
the
that
song?
thing sounds terrible, man.
I know. I can't believe you're making him do it on this guitar.
No, it's good. It's
What
good.
is the name?
I'm
of the
gonna
song?
do. This is one Maverick would have picked for the
Dead Heat?
lyric
Yes,
thing.
let's go.
Well, it's one of the few that
I love this
kind of
song.
comes off acoustically, but
I love it.
this needs harmonica.
It's got some of
and
my favorite lyrics in it.
subtle band.
I'll try not to sing along.
All right, it's like
So
When
this one's Dead Heat, everybody.
I don't do any Springsteen, but when people would ask me for a Springsteen, sometimes I would play this and say it's an outtake from the Nebraska album.
Yeah, man. Dead Heat happening right now on the Maverick Rose
All
Music
right.
Hour.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna break this guitar when I'm done.
I wouldn't blame you.
Troubles in me run deep, but my thoughts seem so shallow. My daddy's ambition ran high, but his fields lay fallow. He brought me up to be a man, a real straight arrow. After he died, I strayed from the straight and narrow. I met her in a diner on the back streets of Virginia Beach. She came into town a waitress, but she left a thief. I love to watch her walk in her faded out skin-tight jeans. We made love in 7 states that left 43. A getaway trail in a southwest towards Santa Fe. We ended up killing a cop 'cause he got in our way. So we fled down south for the border in Mexico lindo. We holed up in this old shack for the price of a casino. These long, hard Mexico nights, I just smoke and I pace. That cop we killed, I swear, had my daddy's face. Now we're haunted and I'd sell my soul for just one night's sleep. But the ghost of my daddy just won't give me any peace. No, the ghost of my daddy just won't give me any peace.
All right, Jim.
That's
Thank you for that.
Awesome. I hate this piece of guitar.
Hey, don't
Yeah,
put it away
that's
yet. Don't put it away, man.
That didn't help
You
you.
gotta do one more.
You know what I love? I love that you
Thank
were
you,
kind
though.
of in the background here singing because you two
That's
are,
one of my favorite
but
songs.
you two are
Yeah,
each
I
other's
love it.
biggest fans.
Absolutely
I love that.
song.
I love that.
I was gonna pick that for my lyrics. So I love the fact that she came into town a waitress, but she left a thief. She stole a man's heart. It's wild.
That's
So,
good.
I love it.
We'll talk about authentic. I mean,
Yeah. Did you
not
ever
much
been
of
to
that
Virginia
happened
Beach?
To me, you know,
but it
but
doesn't.
I feel it.
But you're telling a
Hey,
story.
Sparrow says bravo with applause.
Thank you.
Zen applause. He says woo. Yeah, we need to feature more of your music.
Could
on the
use
show,
some
man.
Nicky Hopkins piano.
That's it.
Is our
Oh.
Nicky guy out there?
I
Hey,
don't see
Nicky.
Nicky hasn't come. Yeah, he says hey Nicky. All right.
All right.
I'll say we'll see.
You just got a lot more fans.
So yeah, go to jimspilios.com. We already
Yeah,
shouted
sorry
out
about
there.
the guitar. That was
Yeah, don't.
hard.
It sounds almost like you got a sitar there.
It is kind of yeah.
It's got its own kind of thing.
Like this is one night you didn't bring your guitar and Maverick asked you to sing the song.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
For that,
So would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Will you play Astro Bar really quick and tell the story behind Astro Bar? That's one, just while I got Jim on the mic.
Okay, I wrote a short screenplay called "Smell of Incense,"
It's amazing. Check it out on his website.
which Maverick was going to star in. We're going to try to do it locally, but I don't know what happened.
The
to
film
that.
production fell through. So
COVID.
well, it's permanently. I think it's permanently in pre-production
Yeah.
at this point. It was like 3 years ago we started on that
it was
project.
COVID.
so-
It was COVID.
So you
no,
can
it was
read
after
it.
that.
You can read it
I was
on
trying
the
to help.
website. You could read the screenplay on my website, and the song "Smell of Incense" is meant to be the closing song. And there's a bad experience the guy has with a candy bar in Vietnam. You know.
Yeah.
A bad experience with a candy
So-
bar.
A
when he
bad
sees
experience
a-
in Vietnam. Think about that for a second.
Well, he thinks a little kid's got a gun, but it's a candy bar, so you can extrapolate.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he's flipping out, I have a TV commercial where they show the actual candy bar, which I made up Astro Bar because, you know, I couldn't steal something. I don't know if I can sing this good, but. I love my Astro Bar. I love it in my car. I know I won't get far without my Astro Bar.
So what I love about that, it's a couple sitting in like in their car, and it like
Yeah,
takes
and it
off and
takes
goes
off.
off into space. 'Cause
Kinda
it's
like
an
a
Astro
commercial.
Bar.
Kinda
It
like
is.
a
No, it is a
commercial.
commercial. Yeah.
That song's
It's awesome.
on the website too.
That's right. So check that out.
All right.
So anyway, we want to thank
Yeah.
everybody for rocking with us. Please don't go anywhere. We are about to shift over to the typical retro rewind, where we're going to play all the music that we talked about. A lot of Nicky Hopkins coming up. We've got Deep Blue Something coming up.
We doing something? No.
We just got
Build
some
it
music.
out? All right.
That's good.
We'll come up with something next week. Maybe we can get Maverick to do one of his originals.
Yeah, maybe I'll do
I
an
would
original
love
next
that.
week. All right.
I
But,
love that you guys do.
Yeah,
this.
so we're gonna head out. So I want to thank everybody for rocking with us on the podcast and for being a part
Thank
of
you.
our YouTube show here at the Maverick Rose Music
you.
Hour. We film live on location, record live on location, live stream live on location.
This went
out here at
fast and
Niche Lounge.
fun.
It did. This was a good one. So
Fast and fun.
special thank you to Niche Wine Lounge, to Rescued Wood Rehab, to Paulfic Match, and all of the lovely people. Thank you for being here, Darcy. Thank you, Jim,
Thank you.
as well. And to all of
Thank
you lovely
you.
people out there,
Thank
please
you.
come back tomorrow night for Andy's 40th birthday
Oh, yeah.
party. We're going to have a good time with
Woohoo.
that. So,
Rock on.
All right. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to our, wait.
Wait.
Nicky Hopkins says he is heading to your website now.
right,
Nicely
Nicky.
done.
Oh,
all right.
all right.
Okay. Big shout out to our executive producer, Zinbad, out
you,
there for
Zen.
looking out for us. Without
Thank you,
him,
Zen.
this would not be possible. So, all right, hang tight. We're going to be starting with the music here in just a moment. So don't go away. We're on WCOM LP out of Chapel Hill and Carborough. That's
Love it.
103.5 FM, WCOM FM.